Welcome, everybody. It is the podcast from Saturdays to Sundays. I'm one of your hosts, Kale, and right in front of me is Cam. And this is the third episode of the podcast. And if you guys are wondering if you need football knowledge, then this is the worst podcast. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
This is the one.
This is the one, actually. This is the one.
It's a one-stop shop. And, we've missed some time. We got a ton to cover today. There's already been 3 awesome weeks of college football. Counting week 0.
Yes.
Which we pre-recorded an episode for week 0, week 1 slate. But we've been gone for a bit. A lot has happened.
And now we're back.
We are back.
Better than ever.
A lot to talk about. And I'll kick us off, So what we've been doing on the back end is we've been picking games every week.
That's right.
Every single game. So far, on 217-32. Kale's 209-40. Including a lot of good upsets in there.
So not too bad.
No, not too bad at all. And, I'll start us off just kind of recapping some of that. Like week 1, 10 upsets. And I'm talking betting-wise.
Huge.
Money line, spreads. There's 10 upsets. Week 2, we saw 14. And then week 3, we saw 13. So there's been upsets. Kale's been picking some. I've been picking some. Kind of some of the headliners on there.
Yeah.
This last week, we both picked New Mexico. They were plus 15.5 point underdogs at UCLA. It was a good pick from us, but also it kind of segues into some of the teams that are struggling to start the year.
No kidding.
I would say they're kind of on the top. Did they have great aspirations coming in? Probably not.
Yeah.
But we were both thinking 5-6 wins. Now that's looking like it might be 2. Who knows? That might be their new ceiling. They just fired their head coach.
Yeah, R.I.P.
So there goes Deshaun Foster. Also, Brent Pry for Virginia Tech got fired recently.
Yes, maybe Michael Vick.
No, well,
maybe Michael Vick.
You gotta let him build his credibility.
Never mind.
Over in Delaware State,
not Mick.
He's doing all right to start the year. Or Norfolk State to start the year. Delaware State's Deshaun Jackson, but
that is amazing though.
That's a good segue into coaches who might be on the hot seat. I think that's a popular topic right now.
I love a good coach out of hot seats. So does everybody else.
I personally have 3.
I have 2, but I can find someone
that I think are like hot, like right now.
Oh, I'm hot, baby.
Right now on the hot seat because there's others.
Hot.
You could argue Venables at Oklahoma. If he doesn't get it done, maybe the seat's warm.
Yeah,
we'll say.
People were saying Dabo too.
He had some things coming out of the Georgia Tech game. Where he said, if you don't like winning, I'll go somewhere else and win.
I'll win
he
there.
Said he's not ready to hang it up. He doesn't want to go to the beach and not ready to retire.
Damn, that sounds like fun. The beach.
I think he is a really great coach.
Mm-hmm.
He's just set the expectation so high.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you and I think we're both pretty high on Clemson. This not saying that they can't.
I'm not
easily
ready to give
switchy.
up. No,
the switcheroo. How are you?
I'm not giving up on K Klubnik. He started slow last year, and he picked it up. All right, I'm still sticking with that take. The only take I might have had from the first episode that wasn't the best was Kansas State.
You and I both. You know what? We don't have to talk about K. We can if we want to, but K-State pissed me off.
I don't think we're the only ones that were high on them.
They're this year's Florida State.
They could be, or last year's Utah.
True.
They also had some decent expectations and going into the Big 12, and then they went 4-8.
I'm still an Avery Johnson guy, but he's failed me.
It's been a tough start.
He is like Papa.
They also barely beat North Dakota. They lost to Army, who just came off a loss at home to Tarleton State, FCS. It's the most college football thing that can happen, but still, a little frustrated with Kansas State.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in Manhattan, Kansas, but they can still bounce back.
They could.
They could at least make a run. They could be a dark horse. They could be last year's TCU. Maybe that 8-win team that's pushing teams. Or Kansas. Kansas started really bad last year, and then they went on a streak.
They did. They beat Colorado last year.
Yeah, beat Iowa State last year. They went on a little decent streak. Almost beat Kansas State when they were playing really well.
This is true.
So...
You never know, man. It's college football.
We did acknowledge that the Big 12 was going to be weird.
We did acknowledge this, yes.
It's just what happens.
It's all news, man.
Because now we have Utah, Texas Tech, a top 25 matchup this weekend.
It'll be a good one. Can't wait for that one.
Exactly. Arizona State, Baylor this weekend.
Excited also.
That could also be what team gets back on track first. And if Baylor's only losses to a ranked Auburn.
Auburn's looking pretty damn good.
They could be sitting pretty, too.
But
real quick, back to the coaches.
Yeah.
I'll start off.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mike Gundy.
He's my number 1.
Mine too.
That fucker needs to leave.
I don't know what's going on. It seems like because they had a bad year last year.
Are they holding on to hope?
Like they had a bad year, but it just seems uninspired now. It just seems the players aren't playing hard. There's not much culture going on right there. There's not much hype. It's not like
it's pathetic.
It's almost like they gave up already.
Yeah, and I know I will give Oregon their flowers. They're a good team, but a 69-3 ash beating from Mama,
69-6.
69-6. We'll give them the extra 3 out of pity. Is embarrassing and it's disgusting.
Yeah, it's rough. I mean, again, granted, their starting quarterback broke his foot to start the season. That's rough.
Okay, but come on. No.
They're not a team that shouldn't have depth. They're not a team that shouldn't have players stepping up that can play better than what they've done far.
It's not a powerhouse like it used to be, but Oklahoma State is a good school, and it still can be a good school. But
Mike Gundy's he's one of the better coaches in the last decade, at least.
I would say they need to call it a quits. It's time to move on. I think 21 years as a head coach is more than enough. And what, does he have a couple conference championships under his belt? I mean, if that's what you're looking for, then fine. But I think every college, university is looking for, to hold up the trophy. So, yeah, I agree with you. Mike Gundy. The other one, if we're looking to pivot, I will definitely pivot. This is Billy Napier.
Second on mine, too.
I don't know enough about him. Cam can talk about him, but I was really hype, and I think Cam was, and we haven't talked about it. I was also hype on the Florida train this year. Not, again, I'm repeating myself. They can still turn it around, but they have to play Texas A&M, and Georgia this upcoming couple of weeks. That is a fucking schedule from hell. And if I was Billy, I would be absolutely scared shitless. If you lose, you have to win. You have to win 2 out of the 3, if not all of them at this point, to keep your job. I would say the 2 ones you must win is Texas and Georgia. I think 100%, because Georgia and Florida, that's a huge rivalry, and if you win that can boost the confidence. And I drank the Texas Kool-Aid too this year, and I need to stop doing that. But if you win those 2 games, I feel like it's better. You can lose the A&M game. I think you're still okay, but those 2 are a must-win for Billy to keep his job. If you don't, fire his fucking ass.
You know how I feel about Billy Napier?
Yeah.
I liked him a lot when he went to Florida because he was doing great at Louisiana, and I'll rattle it off. You had a 11-3 season in 2019, 10-1 in 2020 COVID year, and then a 12-1 in 2021.
That's pretty damn good.
That's a really good stretch at Louisiana. He won 2 bowl games, lost 1, so nice 2-1 record for bowl games, and that's what you look for a high performing Group of 5 coach.
Yeah,
he came in. I wouldn't say the expectations were sky high, but again, it's not like
it's Florida.
It's not like he inherited a terrible program. They at least had the history. They had the recruiting ties. He was inheriting a good job.
You got the roots, man.
He was taking over a good job. Then he goes 6-7, 5-7, 8-5. Now 1-2 start. But to his only defense,
we're defending. Okay,
one little defense. Lagway throwing 5 picks is
that's
crazy.
Embarrassing. Yeah.
And also the South Florida game seemed like a lot of the times players just weren't playing hard. But that's also a culture thing, and that's what the head coach needs to instill.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he hasn't been fired yet. I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
Last year we were talking about the same thing, and they even made a TV series on Netflix about him keeping his job, which I would go check that out. But anyway, that man's definitely on the hot seat. I think more than Gundy at this point. Again, SEC, I know there's a lot of bias in myself. I'm trying to get out of that. Cam already is. But those are formidable forces in the SEC that need to damn near always be winning at this point. And that's the standard. And he is not doing that. And there's only so much, fans talk and we try to ignore the noise. But at some point, you're going to have to look at the writing on the wall, and I have a feeling that it's going to come out, and maybe not. Maybe Billy can turn it around, and I want that for him. But if you're asking me who's on the hot seat, it's 100% Billy, too.
Yeah. And, I think we're saying what everyone knows.
Yeah. We're just spewing it out there,
So my third.
Yeah, I don't have a third, but I'm curious.
Trent Dilfer.
Oh, my God, Trent D. Out of where is he at?
He's at UAB.
UAB, baby, 2-1.
I don't know what we're expecting out of UAB. But his first season 4-8, second season 3-9. They have the worst defense in the FBS, and that comes after playing a game against Alabama State, where they barely won. Yeah, they beat Akron, and they beat them.
The worst defense beat the worst offense.
Exactly. Right? Akron scored 0 points in their first 2 games. They were shut out both games.
They scored.
They scored in this game.
Shit.
But
better late than never, no?
You know, against the worst defense.
Well, what are you going to do?
Anyway, Trent Dilfer, I would say more just because he's a big name. He played in the NFL.
Yeah, he's a Super Bowl winner.
There actually were high expectations.
Really?
The year he was coming in, UAB, the year before, made a bowl game. He was on the sideline of the bowl game. There's a lot of hype around it.
Yeah.
You know, they were expecting not the best, but they were expecting more bowl games.
On the up and up, you know?
Yeah, on the up and up. Not happening.
Apparently not.
I think he's on the hot seat, I would say. 9-18 so far in your first 3 years.
9-8. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my pick for the third spot. And then you can argue other ones, you know.
I mean, you could talk all you want. Yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of guys. I mean, not actually. I don't know. I saw one post today about Texas Tech for some reason. That coach being on there. I don't know how you could be. I mean, Texas Tech is 3-0.
I don't know about that.
They're 17 in the ranking, the new ranking, so that was a little embarrassing. I did see one about Hugh Freeze. The only way I can justify that is, so Auburn, being an Alabama fan, I fucking hate Auburn, but I will give respect where teams are, they need to get the respect, and this team isn't a bad team. They are playing well, but
Cam Coleman is playing
yes,
well too.
But after last year and that shitty year that he had, and then this year, the expectations for Hugh is probably to make the playoffs for him to save his job. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking, so technically, yes, I could see him on the hot seat, but that's if he doesn't perform. If you make playoffs, hell, give him another year. I would. I mean, you made the playoffs. That's pretty damn good after what, a 4 and... Were they
5 and 7?
5 and 7. Okay, for Auburn standard, that's terrible. To a group of 5, that's probably better. But Auburn's, again, it's a powerhouse. And if he makes the playoffs this year, I would give him another year. But that's just my little tidbit onto that. So
and I think also, too, another factor is Auburn might be a little gun shy to pull the trigger on a firing since they're still paying Brian Harsin while he sits on a couch.
I would probably be a little bit nervous, yes. The other one, and people, so I just thought of this, but I could see it also in the same category as Hugh Freeze, is Brian Kelly. Mm-hmm. So I could kind of see that. So people are going to hate that I say this, but just listen to me. Again, I'm repeating myself. LSU is a fucking powerhouse, and they made the moves this offseason, and they kept Nussmeier. They have all the weapons. So if it is not championship or bust, I would severely look at a different head coach. I'm not saying Brian Kelly...
He'd be on a warm seat.
Sure. Yeah. We'll call it a warm. Lukewarm.
Another great program. Yeah. You know? Is he going to do what happened to Notre Dame? Make the playoffs and lose every year?
He was pretty damn good at that at Notre Dame, man.
That won't fly at LSU, I don't think.
No, I think LSU is more trigger happy on pulling the firings more than Notre Dame. I mean... But that would be the other one that, I mean, you can chit-chat, you can have the hearsay. I mean, Brian Kelly and Hugh Freeze, you could talk about it, but I think they're probably more on the lukewarm side of instead of the hot seat like old Mike Gundy and Billy Napier. So
yeah, and I'm just gonna throw this last one out there.
Yeah, go ahead.
I saw a funny post today by University of Maryland.
Oh God,
about how they have the longest streak in college football with non-conference wins. 18.
Wow,
that's great and all.
Yeah,
but they don't win in conference anymore. So Mike Locksley could potentially be on the hot seat. I mean, it's great they're winning all these non-conference games, but they play at least one FCS team a year, probably.
The Big Ten is one hell of a conference, so yeah.
It is. But how long is mid okay?
True. Yeah. I mean, I talk about mid like with the Minnesota coach.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, a bowl game is what you want. Okay, that's embarrassing. I want championships.
Yeah. And it's different for each or for each program because there's different expectations. So like we talk about a lot. Like I think Ole Miss and Penn State are very similar programs.
100%.
Consistently 9-2 or 10-2, 9-3, but not really winning those big games. Mm-hmm. And it goes to a point too where even James Franklin gets talked about, Lane Kiffin gets talked about because
Ryan Day was getting talked about for a little bit and still is actually.
Yeah, they're winning a lot of games, but they're not winning the big games.
Yeah.
And then Oregon, 10-2, but then losing to Washington in the Pac-12 championship, losing to Utah in the Pac-12 championship with Bo Nix, gets to a point where like, all right, you got to do that next hurdle. Mm-hmm. And
you got to make it pass.
Exactly. Yeah. So even coaches that are good at winning, Dabo just mentioned it, and he's getting talked about.
Yep.
Like, you can still get
even
on the
DeBoer, man. I mean, losing to Florida State, which, I mean... I will give Florida State their credit. I didn't want to skip over this. I just wanted to talk about this. I mean, this looks like a damn good team. Thomas Castellanos is...
He backed up the talk.
He backed up his shit talking. Good on him. I mean, I
didn't expect that. We didn't pick Florida State.
We picked Alabama. I think everybody did. I mean, not everybody. I lied. But
most people.
I think everybody thought. And, good on him. And I respect it. And talk your shit, pimp. I mean, but I didn't want to glaze over that, so I mean, I was pretty proud. Not proud. I mean, obviously, I'm a Bama fan, but Florida State winning, good on them. So that's our coaches on the hot seat. Cam, What else you got for me?
I want to give you some credit, you some shout-outs, because, again, from a betting perspective, if people were to follow some of the picks you had, it would be pretty nice. So, week 1, you took Rice over Louisiana. Ooh. They're plus 11. They won outright. That's a great pick. And some of the other ones, week 1, you know, we both took Cal plus 1.5, Fresno State plus 1.5, LSU plus 4. You took that. I was on the Clemson side of that. I think that was some good ones, though. And then week 2, we had some other ones in there. I think the one that I liked from you the most was Ohio. We actually both took that over West Virginia. You also took Vandy. I did not take that one. And we both took UNLV. That was good. But week 3 was where the real ones came out. New Mexico plus 15.5, already touched on that. I got Georgia Tech outright at plus 3.5.
That was good. That was a good one.
Utah State I got plus 4.5 against Air Force. My most proud one, I don't know how it happened. I'm not the smartest when it comes to this. Stanford plus 14 outright over Boston College. And the reason I did it is because ACC is weird with the travel.
It is weird.
Stanford did it last year. They were 14 about underdogs when they went, but they went across and beat Syracuse and upset them. They're just a weird team. They're not good, but they're going to do it. They're going to win here and there. Yeah. So those are some of the exciting ones that happened. And then just some other stuff going on around college football. And shout out Joey Aguilar.
Joey,
I have some bias
come on,
here.
baby.
My high school quarterback played 7-on-7 with him. He went to San Francisco City College, where some kids that I played high school football also went, JUCO route. He actually wanted to be a firefighter because his dad is a battalion chief in San Francisco Fire
Give him the correct shout out. Let's go. Come on now.
One of my buddies is also a firefighter in California, so he knows of him. He's pretty well known. Yeah. Then he went to App State, balled out his first year at App State, kind of a lower year, second year there. So the expectations probably weren't sky high.
Nah, probably not.
Originally went to UCLA and then basically traded with Nico. And then
how the tables have turned with that. Kind of funny.
Plays well. I still think people didn't give him credit before the Georgia game.
Probably not,
and he had an iffy second and third quarter, but he lit it up the first, lit it up the fourth.
You know, if they made that field goal, we would be talking. Yeah. I mean, I give Joey his credit too. Yeah. I mean, honestly, he played one hell of a game.
The kicker at the end, you can't put it all on the kicker. You know?
And I think Kirby Smart did say something about how Tennessee probably should have won this game. So I mean. Even they know.
Yeah, he balled out.
They balled out, and
dare I say, I'm more excited for Joey Aguilar being the future of the Vols than I was.
Well, he's on his fifth.
It will be probably his last year, but I'm more excited watching them with him than I was with Hendon Hooker.
And
Joe Milton.
Oh yeah.
I'm just more excited now. I'm more excited with Tennessee football.
I mean, I am. I will say when it's Alabama week, hell fucking no.
To an extent.
But if it's Tennessee against anybody else, I'm right there.
Even last year when Alabama lost to Tennessee and Nico threw 3 picks,
the man we don't speak of no more.
He didn't really play well.
No,
and you guys lost, and he still kind of got
beat ourselves up.
He still got some credit. Yeah. He also lost to Arkansas. Like, he had inaccurate issues in that game last year. Yeah. Like, I think if Tennessee beats Alabama this year and Joey balls out again, you'd respect it.
No, hell yeah. I mean, again, like I just said a couple minutes ago, like, I'll give the respect where it's due. Like, I'm not going to say he's a bad quarterback when he beat us. Like, no. You're good. I like Joey. I'm happy he's getting his flowers now. That's awesome to see. And coming from App State, then to UCLA, and then to Tennessee, it's like, good on him, man.
It's great.
Like, I'm proud of him.
It's great stuff. I just want to give him a shout out. There's also obviously other people balling out. Ahmad Hardy from Missouri. He's balling out. The ULM transfer. Chris Brazzell, I mean, he was doing well before that.
Oh, man, that man was
Tulane transfer.
Off.
He's doing good. I like Sawyer Robinson still. Sawyer Robinson going off.
Yep.
And Mario Craver, the Mississippi State transfer to Texas A&M. He went off in the Notre Dame game. He was a big reason they pulled that out. Yeah. We both took Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And so that leads me to say, Notre Dame is kind of in trouble.
Yeah.
See, I remember in the first episode I talked about the Notre Dame-Miami game.
Yep, you did.
And I did say, whatever team loses that, I think they'll be fine. They'll make the playoffs. I was kind of brushing over Texas A&M. Wrong of me, because I was buying into the old adage: Texas A&M always getting ranked, always being ranked high, and then kind of falling apart as the season goes on. They proved me wrong.
Well, hold on here. I'm going to interject this one key point. So Notre Dame is ranked.
I know. And
do you think that's a little too giving?
I think the last time a 0-2 team was ranked in the top 25 was like 89 Michigan or something. It hasn't happened in a while.
I'm looking at the schedule right here, and if I'm being an absolute jerk off of a man, they kind of have a Mickey Mouse schedule.
They do.
They have Purdue, Arkansas, Boise State, NC State, USC. You never know
how they are.
Boston College, Navy, Pitt, Syracuse, and Stanford. So they very well could win out.
Go 10-2.
and make the fucking playoffs this point.
They could. And then the argument for them is if they make it, or if they win out 10-2, say Texas A&M is 9-3, say Miami's 11-1.
Here we are.
They're going to say, oh, their only 2 losses are to 2 current top 15 teams for argument's sake. So, yeah, they could easily go in.
100%.
But they can't slip up.
No, you literally have to win out now.
They are literally playing their season like old BCS ranking seasons. You have to be perfect now. You have to win out. And you have to do it in a somewhat of a controlling fashion. You know, you can't just like skate by certain
you have to beat their ass.
Yeah, you have to.
Got to win by 20 at least every game.
Exactly. So I would say they're a little in trouble. Being ranked 24th at 0-2, that's not the end of the world.
I don't necessarily agree with that, if I'm being honest with you.
I don't know how I feel about it. I know how the rankings work, you know.
Well, let's say, I'll give a little South Florida's not ranked anymore.
No, they dropped out.
I think they should be ranked. I think that should flip.
That's a fair argument.
Notre Dame moved back 16 spots. This is actually kind of pisses me off a little bit because Notre Dame lost to 2 ranked opponents. I understand that, but South Florida beat 2 ranked opponents. They need to be up there. That's bull crap.
At least 25, but USC took that spot because they're
or why not put USC 25 or 24? And you know what? We're talking. I mean, this is all just cherry picking at this point. But anyway, I mean, that's my little stupid little introduction for the introduction.
Apparently, this is a very common thing in the FCS because I was watching highlights because I'm a psycho and I was watching some North Dakota highlights. Nice. They were ranked 12th at 0-2.
Really?
In the FCS top 25. They do a coaches poll and they do another poll, but I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Ranked 12th, and then they lost. So now they won, so they're 1-2, but they dropped to number 21. So weird stuff. You weren't always gonna know. I mean, the AP is kind of under fire right now after.
Well, it's also kind of biased too.
Well, some of those ballots got released, and even after the Florida loss, people still had Florida in, didn't have South Florida in.
Yeah, little stupid.
And that one lady went online and said at the end, it doesn't matter. It does.
It does matter. You got people every week. After Saturday on that Monday, they want to know where their teams are ranked. People tune into the shit.
Exactly.
It's important to them.
No, it is. And, I will say at the beginning of the season, it might not hold a lot of weight.
No,
last year, Kansas ranked 19 at one point. Illinois beat some. Yeah. And then, speaking of Illinois, they're ranked 9.
My Pookies.
ESPN
my other Pookies.
Just dropped their top percentages again in the playoffs. Illinois was not even on there.
That's bullshit.
They're getting no respect.
They need to get some respect.
And then another thing talking about, they started off the offseason with the 9-5 over-under and the books, and then went down to a 7.5 over-under. So, interesting stuff. I think they're a great team. They're just not getting their respect. They got to beat Indiana this weekend,
100%.
which will be a hard game. They got to hold on against USC, Ohio State, and the one I've been talking about, Washington. Yeah. It was a 6-7 team last year, but 6-0 at home. They brought back their quarterback, Demon Williams Jr. Jonah Coleman's doing really well to start the season.
288.
Denzel Boston hasn't really picked it up yet, but last year he did have 14 touchdowns, I believe, as a receiver in only 11 or 12 games.
Another shout out too, flipping back to Illinois, Hank Beatty.
Oh, that guy.
Beatty, right? Beatty is performing out of his mind recently as a special teamer and as an actual wide receiver.
So Hudson Clement, and I was big on him coming into the year.
I'm proud of him. Again, being that nobody's giving Illinois their flowers, which, being biased, I also root for Illinois too. But this team is not a team. Put some respect. Again, that Duke game, I will give Duke its flowers too. Not a team that they need to just wash over. I get we beat them 45-19, but the first couple quarters, I was on the edge of my seat. But I want people to understand that this Indiana and Illinois game, you need to stop thinking Indiana's just going to win this.
Yeah,
I'm wholehearted. I personally do think Illinois will win. I think it's going to be a barn burner. I think it's going to be a close game. But I think that they need to put some respect, like how other people.
This is the weekend to get it.
Yeah.
Indiana comes in 3.5-point favorite.
That is what the fuck?
Just going back, you did mention Duke, and I want to say it is kind of funny how they paid $7 million for the Tulane quarterback just to lose to Tulane.
Oh, Darren Vincent, yeah.
And then they lost to Tulane. 34-27, close game. At Tulane. Tulane's not a bad team. They got Jake Retzlaff. He's a good quarterback.
$8 million. That talks money, man.
Yeah,
so I would leave too.
But anyway, I think Illinois is going to be. They have to win.
They got to win.
They kind of do, and that great segue into our Week 4 slate. Some of the big games. That is one of the big games.
Shit.
I think it's a must-win for Illinois to gain respect.
Yep.
But I will say Indiana isn't a much different team than last year. You could say it was a Cinderella that won't happen again.
Sure. Yeah.
But Kirk Cignetti he knows how to win.
He's got those boys playing, man.
He does. And, they went to the portal to replace Rourke with Fernando Mendoza from Cal. He's playing well. I think D'Angelo Pons is one of the best corners in the Big Ten, if not the country. Mm-hmm. And Elijah Surratt, he's good.
Did he get injured?
I don't think he's injured.
No, he's all right.
On a week-to-week basis. Right. But, Indiana, I think is good.
I'm not saying Indiana's a pushover. That is not this is a good team, people.
But I want to keep that argument going because if Illinois wins, I can see people going to, well, Indiana was a Cinderella, blah, blah, blah.
Really? Because that's so ironic because the week before they're hyping up Indiana, but then Illinois wins. Now we keep moving the goalpost here. That's fucking frustrating.
They will. But that's one of my top games. We already kind of mentioned Texas Tech and Utah. Is Utah back to where they were a few years ago? It was 4-8 last season of fluke. I got to give credit to Dan Pierre. I did not think he was going to be this good transferring in from New Mexico. Like, he was great in New Mexico, but he had a lot of turnover issues. I think he had 19 fumbles in his time.
Oh, wow, that's really bad.
That's a lot of turnovers. But he's going off. He's doing great. He might be the spark Utah needed. It's hard to play at Rice-Eccles Stadium, too. That's just been...
So who do you think's going to win that, then?
I don't know. I like Whittingham. I think he knows how to win big games. He's been there long enough. Texas Tech, I think, is really exciting, though.
Utah 3.5.
Yeah, they are a 3.5-point favorite. I would lean Utah being at home, but they've also...
I think that's kind of why they're giving it to them. Yeah. I think personally, just because it's in Utah. If it was Texas Tech at Red Raider,
they throw the tortillas on the field.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm also with Texas Tech. I've been on the hype train before. Maybe I'm a little gun shy, but I'm gonna lean Utah on this one. But I think it's gonna be a great game. I'm gonna enjoy the outcome of it, no matter what it is. Because then I think that's just a great trajectory for whatever team wins.
Yeah, I would agree with you. One game that I'm kind of looking at that is kind of scary, that looks like a trap game to some degree, is Syracuse and Clemson.
There you go. Trap in what way, though?
I could see Syracuse possibly winning.
Yeah,
honestly, I know it's at Clemson. They're 17.5 favorites. I totally get that. Come on, people. Georgia Tech, LSU's LSU. I'm not going to say that, but Georgia Tech, I could see, again, Syracuse is a team that they're getting better. They just signed they didn't sign, good Lord. They got a 5-star wideout.
Pretty much signing.
Yeah, that's true. But they could give Clemson a run for their money. So just look out. I could be terribly fucking wrong. It's my opinion. But, just watch out for that game. I'm also excited to watch that. So tune into that.
Orange versus Orange. And also Syracuse's quarterback, Stephen Jelly, is the leader.
Oh, he left Notre Dame?
Yeah, he's there.
I didn't know that.
He's leading the country in passing yards at the moment with 1,070.
So now you just stick my claim even more?
Justice Ross Simmons is a good receiver. I might only know him because he started off at Colorado State, my alma mater, but he's been playing pretty well.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great game.
You want to talk about the big 2:30 game?
So I'm gonna do one more little one first.
Oh yeah, get the group of fives and the little baby schools. We got to give them their flowers.
Arkansas and Memphis.
Ooh,
Memphis isn't a bad team.
What do we got here?
And I think Arkansas, they just played really well against Ole Miss.
Memphis is 3-0.
They are, but Arkansas just played really well against Ole Miss. Ole Miss had a D2 quarterback come in and ball out though.
Yeah.
Trinidad Chambliss.
Yeah.
And so Arkansas is a 7.5-point favorite, but if you lose to Memphis, that puts Sam Pittman right in the conversation of the hot seat.
True. And didn't he just get that job like 2 years?
Not too long ago. But the thing with this is
damn, they got one hell of a schedule.
Is that already weighing on their mind? You can't have a misstep. You try to overcompensate going into Memphis.
Dude, speaking of, I'm sorry, not to brush
Arkansas
over Memphis.
The rest of their schedule.
Oh my God.
So it's a must-win.
Notre Dame, Tennessee, Texas A&M, Auburn, LSU, Texas, and Missouri, all ranked, by the way.
It's a must-win.
Yeah.
So they have everything to lose. Memphis has everything to gain. Just more respect. But again, Memphis is a bad team. They beat Power 4 before.
They can do it.
So that's just a game I'm looking at. I think will be fun.
Yeah,
exciting.
Hell yeah.
But can I actually tell you the one I'm most excited for?
Yeah, talk to me, Goose.
SMU versus TCU.
I was actually just about to say this. I was just about to say that.
So SMU won 66-42 last year.
Oh my God, TCU's favorites.
TCU is favored 6.5. TCU leads the all-time series 53-43-7.
Holy crap!
And TCU leads 6-3 since 2015.
Wow.
So TCU has been owning them, but last year was SMU coming on the map. SMU kind of struggled against Missouri State for most of the game. They obviously gave up a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter to Baylor. Baylor's not a bad team.
No, Baylor's a good team, yeah.
But I think TCU's going to win.
Really?
I like Josh Hoover. I like Eric McAllister. I think TCU's going to win. They're at home. They're going to get revenge for last year. And I mean, come on, this is a big rivalry game to them. You know, not everyone.
Yeah.
I don't think everyone knows they actually get an Iron Skillet trophy.
The schools know about this shit.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But then you could go to the other route. Like SMU does need to prove they're still a contender.
Well, yeah, they made it last year.
Yeah, so they have to prove they're still good. They obviously returned a lot of talent.
Kelvin, right? Jennings, right?
Or Darius Jennings.
Quarterback?
Is it Kelvin Jennings?
That was
Kelvin Jennings.
Like, what are you on?
They still have a lot to prove.
Yeah, man. I mean,
TCU does too. They're 3-0.
True. Another game, and I just thought about this. So, North Texas people. That's let's go another American league. I mean,
how college football would it be for them to destroy Wazoo and then lose to Army?
I mean, come on, that would be very college football. I mean, 59-10 against Washington State. Yeah. I mean, that's a fucking boot to butt. I mean, and then to lose to Army. I mean, forgot who I picked, but again, North Texas, man, 3-0. I'm excited for that game too. I'm looking forward to that one 100%.
That is a great game.
Obviously, go ahead.
I was gonna say besides any other unranked matchups, I mean, Arizona State and Baylor kind of talked about. Baylor's -1.5.
Ooh, NC State and Duke. I've been really high on NC State. CJ Bailey is like my Pookie right now.
NC State is the underdog, technically. I think it's -3.5, -4.
Okay, you know what? Yep, whatever.
I mean, they struggled a little bit to Wake Forest in the first half. Wake Forest isn't the best team, but
34-24.
I think what they're doing right now is they're quietly winning these close games.
Yeah, nobody knows.
Exactly. CJ Bailey's doing really well.
He's him.
Hollywood Smothers is running the ball really well too. So I don't know. I like that game. I think NC State will win. I put my money on them over Duke.
I just had a thought, and I don't want to go back to coaches on the hot seat, but Shane Beamer.
Beamer.
Yeah. Beamer.
Diego Pavia is doing well with Vandy, though. You know, he's
fucking
proving
Vandy.
People wrong. The former military JUCO quarterback is proving people wrong. He also might apply for a 7th year in college football.
He said he wasn't going to do that today.
Okay, good.
He said he wasn't going to do that. This is his final year. I actually read that today.
That would be annoying, but
get his ass out.
Vandy football, man.
Yeah, they're ranked. They're ranked number 20.
I mean, hopefully their stadium renovation that they've been doing for like 3 years gets done, so they can have more fans in. Because
now or never, apparently.
They're doing well. I'm excited for that. I didn't think they would beat South Carolina in the fashion they did, but I haven't been that high on South Carolina coming into the season. I had them like 7-8 wins.
I was high on. I like Lenoris, but you know what? That's whatever.
But you just said the hot seat again, so we might as well bring it to Auburn, Oklahoma.
Oh yeah,
versus Venables, battle of the hot seat.
Battle of the hot seat. Baby.
Yeah, I think this is one of those other big games. Oklahoma's -6.5, but it is a Jackson Arnold revenge game. But Mateer has been balling.
Dude, Mateer's my favorite. Right now, it's my Heisman winner.
Yeah, I mean, he had a touchdown and a pick for his Temple, which isn't the best, but he ran the ball well. And
dude, he's been balling out.
It's at home again. I'm not scared to take Oklahoma.
I think I took him.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm going to lean. That's where I'm going to end up taking. Dude, I'm not scared to do it. No. I think they've been playing well. No. And Auburn is Auburn.
Auburn is Auburn with Hugh Freeze.
Like, they surprised us against Baylor, I would say. I think we both took Baylor.
We did.
But Dave Miranda is also Dave Miranda.
He is.
He does the same thing. But that's an exciting game. That's a good ranked matchup. Number 22 versus number 11.
Another one, in my opinion, as I'm looking at it on my computer, is Michigan versus Nebraska. I can see Nebraska winning this.
I can too. It's only a 2.5 point spread. I think it's time for Matt Rule to finally win the big game.
And it's in Lincoln. Oh, yeah.
And
Nebraska.
Sean Moore is suspended. This is one of his suspension games.
Really?
It is.
Okay.
He was not on the sideline last week against Central Michigan.
Because the competition, Michigan's besides Oklahoma.
So he suspended this game, and I agree with what Nick Saban said about this. He said he didn't think it was going to be a problem for the first game, but it's the second and third because you're not at practice.
There you are.
And that's where it starts to bleed in on the people under him taking over practice.
Yep.
And it's a different way. Everyone runs practice a different way, I assume.
Oh yeah, it ain't all the same.
So. It just seems kind of perfect, but also we know Nebraska, things are leaning their direction.
And then they just crumble last year.
But, I mean, Dylan Raioula's been playing well.
He has.
And his receivers have been good.
What, Dane Key, right?
Dane Key, and they have another one, Isaiah Hunter.
Yeah.
He was a transfer from Cal. He's been playing well. So, it's there. It's there.
You're there, man. You got to start proving yourself.
I'm going to take Nebraska.
I took Nebraska.
I'm going to take Nebraska for this one.
I mean, Dylan Raioula has 829 passing.
Maybe we're fools.
I don't think we're fools. I think it's a pretty good pick, honestly.
That's where I'm leaning. It's going to be a good game, I think.
It will.
But it's also probably going to be like a 21-14 game, 21-17
It'll be a close game. Apparently, that stadium will be sold out for the 2 millionth time.
It's been sold out.
Yeah, people are just buying those tickets. They're liars.
What else are you going to do in Omaha? Shout out to, we have one of our best friends is from Omaha. We love Omaha. Go Big Red.
Yeah, go Big Red.
What else are you going to do?
Apparently, go to Cornhusker games. You know what I'm saying?
That's all they got.
Gotta go to Cornhuskers.
That's all they got, but no hate. Love them. What I don't like about this week is College Game Day going to Florida at Miami.
That upsets me.
Rather than Illinois.
Yeah, say it.
I'm going to say it. Say it. Being in Central Illinois for a while, it's gonna rub off on you. You're gonna start liking the Illini.
Well, I'm not even trying to be biased here. I think it's fair, and I think it makes the most sense, guys. I mean, like Indiana,
big noon kickoff will probably be there.
Probably, most definitely. But
if you're at Oregon Northwestern.
That's ridiculous. I mean, let's go into the future here. I mean, Illinois plays Ohio State at home. If that is not fucking the kickoff, if that isn't the big noon kickoff, I'm going to be college game day. Sorry, that's going to piss me off.
Guess what else is that weekend?
I don't care if it's the Red River
rivalry.
That is on every year,
but it has the most hype because it's a true blue blood rivalry.
Illinois is not ranked all the time.
Like, I would put the game and then Red River rivalry.
Okay, with
how close they've been the last decade or so.
Last year was boring, but
last year was boring.
Yes, the past couple, like the year after, yes, that has been one hell of a rivalry.
Usually it's a really good rivalry.
I agree.
And I'm telling you, say even Oklahoma loses this weekend and you have 5-1 Texas versus 5-1 Oklahoma, and you have undefeated Illinois versus undefeated Ohio State.
That's what I'm saying.
Where are they going?
That's what I'm saying. Like, Ohio State's fuck off, Cameron. You're probably right. If Illinois wins out until they play Ohio State, they're gonna be like top 5, maybe. They probably won't.
Doesn't matter.
Let's do 6 and then rank number 1, and then you got Texas at 3, and then you have Oklahoma at 8 or something.
Potentially. They could be 9.
All I'm saying is let's stop giving the bias. I'm not disrespecting Oklahoma and Austin, Texas. All I'm saying is give some of these other teams what they deserve, and Illinois needs the fucking I can't even talk.
You are preaching to the choir, and this is a perfect time to kind of close today out with a little bit more about you and I.
Oh yeah,
our love for football,
the love for the game
as well. But I want to say, so everyone knows, I've been against the SEC bias since I was started watching college football. It might be because I'm an Oregon fan.
Could very well be.
And they never got respect in the Pac-12.
Put some Aretha Franklin on them. Respect.
The Pac-12 never got respect until the year it was about to disband.
Yeah.
When Michael Penix was doing well, Bo Nix was doing. Then they're like, they finally have some quarterbacks.
They've been.
Caleb Williams was doing well. Fine. It's fine. Whatever. We're not going to get to that.
Get the hell out of here.
A little bit about me. Love college football. I started off watching the NFL, like I'm sure 90% of people do.
Yeah.
But then there's just something about 2010 is like where it really got into it. Obviously, Oregon lost, but Cam Newton was amazing.
Can't disrespect the Cammy boy.
I think that's where with me, I call myself an Oregon fan, but I love all college football. Even when Oregon went into Ohio State in 2021, beat them with Anthony Brown at quarterback, then the next week lost to Stanford, who would go on to be 3-9. Was I mad? Yes. But respected Stanford for it. That's where my love of college football comes from. It's just you never really know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then even the year, Oregon was up 31-7 on Oregon State, lost. Or when Oregon was in the bowl game against TCU, up 31-0 halftime, lost.
Do you have trauma?
I do.
Okay.
But I respect them for it. That's crazy comebacks. Was I mad?
Yeah.
Yeah, but dude, the TCU quarterback that won that was like a third string to start the year. And he just balled out.
He did.
When Ezekiel Elliott killed him, balled out. So anyway, love it. Don't love conference bias because, again, nothing about me. There's just something about Eastern Michigan, Ohio on a snowy November weeknight.
Getting into
some action.
Yeah.
During the week, there's just something about the Conference USA plays during the week, too. There's something about the small schools when they're playing. And then the fans, maybe it's just the students. I don't care. Also, too, I'm going to interject. I'm trying to get more into, we'll get to that, of why we made this and everything. But, I like watching the smaller schools, too. For the longest time, maybe 5 years ago, I would only watch my team, which was Alabama at the time. Did I... turn on Illinois, sure. Watch it for 5 minutes because they were fucking dog shit. But I definitely had some of that bias being an Alabama fan. I'm trying to get out of that, because I wouldn't even watch Bama for what was the year they won it? 2012
20, right, with Mac Jones or something. Like,
Yeah.
I can say I didn't really watch a game, and I was like, I don't need to because I know they're gonna win it.
Yeah.
Like, that's stupid, but also like now getting more into it, I can appreciate the smaller schools and not completely get on Cam's same wavelength because I have a really strong hate for certain teams, both college and NFL. But I also want to give, again, I've said it like 5 times, when you beat my team, I'm going to respect you. I respect the players. I'm going to talk my shit though, but I'm also not going to be like, no, they don't do, like they won.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, like, if Auburn wins us, will I be upset? Yes, but I will give Cam Coleman, all of the players, their flowers because that's what they deserve because they beat us. But anyway, tune into the small schools, man. I mean, like, don't always watch the big one. What?
They're fun.
They're fun. You can really get into it. I mean, what was it, week 1? Ohio played
Rutgers.
It was a great game.
It was a great game.
Ohio almost came back, people.
Yeah.
It was a great game. And
They
if
were
you
down
don't...
2 scores.
Yeah.
In the
And
second
if
half.
you didn't watch it, turn on the highlights on YouTube. That was a fucking awesome game to watch, and that was lower teams. I mean, Ohio probably beat. I mean, Rutgers isn't really a force, but I mean, like, still in the Big Ten. But you get what I'm saying, people.
UTSA Texas State this year was just as exciting as last year.
Yeah.
2 very exciting. UTSA won last year. Texas State won this year. Both shootouts over, I think, 48 points each. They both scored each year. Great game there.
Yeah.
Like Texas State too. I mean, they almost beat Arizona State last year when they had Cam Scattaboo. Yeah. So I mean, the small schools, I love them. I like watching them. And the last thing I'm gonna leave you guys with is the only thing I don't like in college football right now is Washington fans. I'll leave it there. They think they're Oregon because they got a couple wins.
We're gonna leave it there. Do you want to tell them?
And they might lead the all-time record, but Oregon owns this century.
That is true.
All right, from 2000 on, Oregon owns
Where did
them.
your love come for Oregon?
My love for Oregon? It's probably the uniforms and the speed. Because even what Saban said before, or no, it wasn't Saban, it was Mark Ingram and Urban Meyer before the Northwestern game. Oregon's always been known for speed. They just lack size.
Speed.
But they have size.
Now they got the size.
They got the size. They've always had speed. I mean, when DeAnthony Thomas was going off as the running back 3 behind Michael James and Kenyon Barner.
Oh,
that was awesome to watch.
That's the
Dennis
piece.
Dixon when he was a quarterback, Jeff Mayo, the white receiver before wide receivers were cool.
Oh, the white boys.
Yeah, before they were cool, like he was going off. Like they've never really been known for receivers, but
now they are, bro.
You know. I mean, Kiko Alonso, like he was really fun there.
Oh yeah, that fucker's the goddamn CTE hit away asshole.
And then also too, like just got into Oregon because of the Flash. And I know they've won 0 national championships.
Give yourself some credit,
They'll
dude.
get
Come
there.
on. They'll get there.
there.
They got one hell of a team this year. I think maybe possibly even better than last year. I like Dante more. I like DeCorian more. I mean, these are, if anybody, look it up. He was blocking his ass off.
Yes.
And that was a great clip.
Kenyon Sadiq.
And Kenyon Sadiq.
you know,
that boy is a brick shithouse of a man.
How many people can say that their team won their first ever national championship while you were alive? Not a lot, because a lot of teams like Illinois are claiming them from 1920.
Well, different time. Don't throw shade, you piece of shit.
Just saying, claiming, by the way.
Calm down.
But that's where I'll leave it. That's where I'll leave my piece.
You'll leave your piece there? Well, I'll give a little bit about myself. We'll talk a little bit more, but since this is the college episode, obviously you guys already know who the teams I like. I love Alabama football. I love Illinois football. I can get behind Oregon because Pookie right in front of me.
Let's go.
But if I had to choose, it's Alabama all day. Unfortunately, roll fucking Tide. If it ain't nothing but Tide. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate because of that. But the story behind that is, like, I'm not a bandwagoner. I have loved them all my life. Even the Blake Sims era, which that was fucking incredible to watch. My family is Alabama fans. We're from Central Illinois. The farthest place you can get farther, but I mean, we ain't nowhere close to fucking Alabama. And like, my grandparents are Bama fans, so I hopped on that when I was a wee young lad. And then with Illinois, it's been off and on. I could say I haven't watched them, unfortunately, but like, they are good. And my dad being a huge Illinois fan, it makes me happy finally that this team is good, and I hope they stay good.
Because this is their highest ranking since like 2001.
It is.
Right?
Yes.
So
and it makes me so happy that they're
coming.
Yeah, they're getting the oh my God, they're giving their flowers. They're getting everything they need now finally. And Unfortunately, they still don't have it yet because they need to beat Indiana because people still aren't hype about it, which they'll probably lose a game this year, and I'm sure they will. They play fucking Ohio State.
At Washington.
At Washington. Shut your mouth. But I'm super happy that they're doing, like, they're finally winning. So that's also why. And Oregon's just because Buddy in front of me, like, I want them to win more so for the man sitting in front of me. That would make my day personally. So hopefully they get there. Hopefully this year. I would rather see Oregon win this year than Alabama, honestly. And that team's kind of shitty this year in my standards. Ohio State, Penn State. So I want Oregon for old Cameron right in front of me. And for all the fans, too. They deserve it. I mean, fuck the Nike deal, but they do need a natty championship.
They did just release
Shut the hell up.
Phil Knight uniforms.
Oh, gotta get the name in there, Phil Knight.
Also, one thing I forgot to add, I grew up about 7 hours from the University.
Well, that's what I thought you were gonna say. Yeah,
I want to throw that in there.
Get that in there, yeah.
You know, I grew up. I went to Mariota's last home game. That was the last time I went to Autzen Stadium.
That man is like a god there too.
He is.
He is everything and then some.
I will die on the hill that if he went anywhere else besides Tennessee, he would have been better.
Why specifically Tennessee?
They just didn't know. They were running an under.
Do you know?
They got a guy who took no under center snaps in college and expected him to go right into it. I know you're supposed to, but I don't care.
Do you know, fun fact, that you guys almost got Johnny Manziel?
Yeah, I knew that. That
is also cool for people that didn't know that. I'm pretty sure that's out there in the wind, and a lot of people know that, but I also thought, watching his documentary on Netflix. Oh, okay.
You didn't need him.
You didn't win anything. Maybe you might have.
He didn't either. He didn't win a natty.
He won a Heisman.
So did Mariota.
Yeah, poopy.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Well, that is it for today. Again, episode number 3. We're going to try to drop these as much as we can. It's Tuesday. This is on a Tuesday. Got the club going up on a Tuesday. We're going to try to get the next episode, specifically NFL, on Saturday. So that'll be dropping Saturday. We're going to try to drop this tonight. Again, I hope y'all are enjoying this. We're going to keep posting. Cam and I are enjoying the hell out of this right now. Big shout out. We posted the first 2 episodes on Friday of last week, and we already have 13 followers, so shout out to the 13 followers. We're just going to keep this train moving, people. Like, we ain't doing this we're doing this because we have because we love
talking about it.
We just love talking about it, guys.
We talk about it anyway.
Yeah, and we're going to get it like a little episode out there here in the future of like the overall reason to why Cam and I are doing this, and we've kind of already hinted here and there to why, but you guys deserve to know us more, and we did tell you like college and everything, but like, yeah, tune in. We appreciate all y'all, love all y'all, but that's it for today. We're gonna check out. See y'all peeps later. Cam, anything for the peeps?
Just keep joining in. You guys might learn something. You might hear something you have a strong distaste for.
You could call us a fucking idiot.
And who knows? Maybe eventually we'll do call-ins, and you can just shit talk us.
And you can just shit talk us and tell us that our takes are the worst ever.
And tell us why you're right, but also you might, who knows, win some money.
You might win some money, yeah.
I mean, I went 62-8 last week. I'm gonna hype myself up a little bit.
Yeah. But we're gonna clock out, people. So take care. Appreciate y'all. We out of here.